What's going on, guys, and welcome back to some more Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So let me just say, I know I haven't played this in a little while. I've been focusing on some other new games that have come out, being Watch Dogs Legion and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you want to go and check out those videos, if you're interested in them, feel free to do that. Not like you wouldn't have felt free to do that already, but you can do if you want to. There's just been a massive update for this game, and I'm really excited to get going with it and play with it. I wanted to make this video all about showing you everything that's new, talking about everything that's new, and just sort of we'll get my first-hand opinions on it. And then in the future, we're going to be going through this because now they've opened up the Titan/Raid Island up for solo exploration. So you can actually now come over here on your own and just fast travel to any of the bivouacs that you've, accessed before. Or I guess if you've never been here, you probably start here and you can just go into it. But it's wicked. This is what everyone was asking for, at least I was asking for, and a lot of other people were asking for, maybe those that don't play co-op. They wanted to come to this island, but the only way they could do that is to play with random people, try and do the raid, and it was a bit annoying because it was one of these crazy cool places that a lot of people didn't have access to. But now you do. And not only that, but there's actually missions to do here now. So there's actually, you go onto this island, and look, you see their side missions, Golem Island exploration missions, the purple ones, and the little orange ones down at the bottom right. But we're not going to do those necessarily today. I want to talk about all the new updates because there's so much stuff they added, and I'm really, really happy that Ubisoft went out of their way to do this, especially considering this game's like a year old or so now. It's just really good to see that they're still supporting it, looking after it, and making sure the players of it are happy. So expect more of this in the future. Don't worry, I'm not stopping it. I just had to focus on some other stuff for the time being. But here we go. Anyway, one of the new things they've added is world parameters. Now, this is kind of exciting for those of you that may have watched my videos before. You know, this kind of things I've complained about, such as, let me just show you here, event parameters. So when the Resistance and the Terminator DLC came out, they were really fun, and maybe people that enjoyed the Terminator DLC would have been a bit disappointed when the Terminator sort of DLC ended. It was like a live event. Now they've added this in, so if you want to play in the Classic without those things, or the Resistance one, you can do, and there won't be any of the kind of Resistance fighters fighting around, or the Terminators running around killing people, anything like that. There is this here, which I think there's going to be another live event, but I don't know anything about that, so I can't help you there. But you can turn these on, and basically it puts the Terminator presence back in Aroa. I really like this one, the Resistance one, where you had a load of the outcasts, the rebels, they were fighting, just having wars all over Aroa. Now you can have that and turn that back on if you want to. So I'll definitely probably have that one on all the time. So let's do that now. Then you've got the drone presence customization. You can either have it classic, where there's loads, the standard amount of drones are around. You'll see behemoths, you'll see drones in missions. You go to a camp, there'll be drones there. If you reduce it, it just means that drones in camps will be gone, which for me, I'd actually kind of like that. The drones kind of made it a bit awkward in camps. If you were trying to be stealthy, it was, I know there were ways around it, but with the drones and their flight patterns and everything, it just made it next to impossible to be stealthy, especially in the extremely hard difficulty modes. So you can reduce the drone presence, which I think is really quite cool. I have to put this back onto Classic, actually, because if you turn the Resistance one off, you can't adjust the Azrael patrols. That's weird. But the same with the Azrael patrols, so if you don't like the drones flying over, spotting you, and then wolves come in and attack you, you can turn that off if you want to. I'm sure some people will like that. I'm going to leave it on. It adds for quite a bit more excitement into the game. And then again with helicopter patrols. So these I actually do like. I do complain about them a lot, or at least I have done at times when I just wasn't feeling it. But all in all, when you're free roaming in this game, it just adds that extra challenge, and I do like that. So I'm going to leave those on. But if you don't like them, you can turn them off, and it's all gravy. But there will be helicopter reinforcements. You can't stop that. But that's fine. But I think this is really, really cool, and I can't help. I'm not just saying, they've done it for me. But this is all stuff that I've mentioned in my videos. Those of you that watch a lot of my videos on this game, you'll know that I've complained or just talked about these kind of things a lot. I can't help but think they listened. But maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke at my own bum. Who knows? Either way, very happy to see this. And if you go into settings as well, like so the game settings, the tactical settings, etc., you can set syringes either to heal your injuries or to not heal your injuries. So you know when you get a broken leg, for example, and you normally would have to bandage it up. Another thing I've complained about a lot. You can make it so syringes will heal that injury, so you don't have to bandage up and then use the syringe. And then another exciting one is Darkest Night. Now, if you turn this on, it basically, if you see there, it really decreases the contrast. It just makes it much darker, much more immersive. The darkness of night is increased, making it more difficult to navigate and fight without artificial lighting or night vision goggles. It kind of forces you, I guess, to use your night vision goggles, or if you're going in a base at night, maybe don't shoot out the lights because you might not be able to see very well. We're definitely going to turn that on. Then you can also turn off the interaction shader. So this is basically for maybe loot boxes that you see around, ammo that enemies drop. They used to glow, so it's more immersive. I like to play without the HUD on this game, so it'll just look less goofy, I guess, with these massive glowing things in the background. And then for those of you that maybe wanted aim assist, I've never spoken about this because I play on keyboard and mouse. It's not really needed, but I guess if you want it, you can actually have aim assist now. So you've got 4 different settings: small, medium, big, or maximized. Maximized obviously being you could probably aim like over here somewhere on the enemy and it would probably go pew! And it'd ping onto his head. So if you want that, it's there. It's cool. There's no off though, actually. Oh wait, crosshair magnetism down. I gotta show you guys that I'm good. You know, you can't be thinking I don't know what I'm doing. Who do you think I am? Just to finish off everything in the sort of menu before we get into the gameplay changes, classes now have an extra 10 slots of progression in each of them, so that's going to be really fun. We'll do all of those in free roam episodes too. I'm not sure if they have remembered that I've done the first 10 of this, but because we did, we've already unlocked the items for it. But there are now 20 levels on each class, so you can go through each class and do 20 challenges now instead of 10. That's going to be fun to do, and if we do have to start again, I actually don't mind. And also you can see there's some new different things that you can get in terms of outfits, customization options, and then just extra stuff that you can unlock from doing that. But I like that. It's just more stuff to do in free roam, I guess, and I'm never going to complain about that. Oh, and just as well, some of the items that you do unlock used to be raid rewards. The only way you could get them were raid rewards. It's just nice to see. So there's actually ways to get some of the rewards that maybe if you couldn't do the raid, here's your way to get them now. You go through the classes, you get to level 20 on all of them, and you'll unlock all the raid rewards, or at least most of them. Now, if you watch my videos on the raid island, you'll know that I did find a sneaky way, or at least I saw someone else find a sneaky way here, so that you could actually access this place and do it alone, but it wasn't the best, and you know, the fact that you had to sort of sneak your way to do it was just a bit frustrating. But now that we can be here, it makes some questions arise. Because if you remember, the enemies here used to be, they had skulls above them, if you have the heads-up display on anyway. They had skulls above them, meaning they were very, very intense. Now, I guess if you're in immersive mode, it doesn't really matter, but if you still play with the sort of gear levels on and everything like that, the levels of the enemies in the raid island, or on the raid island, I should say, will actually just change to match what gear level you are yourself. So whatever level you are, that's what level the enemies will be, or maybe slightly above. But it just adapts to how high level your player is, let's say. Anything good in here? I just want to have a look. See if we get something good for the first chest we opened. Yes! I've not got that gun. That's another gun that we could use to upgrade. I'm going to have to write down a list of all these new weapons that we get. I know I've still got weapons that I haven't done from the previous DLC. I know. Don't worry. That is going to come. Now, if you do come here for raid exploration, you don't get the bosses anymore. So inside there, where the last Titan would have been, they're just behemoths now. So they've just replaced the Titans with behemoths. It's just nice. Obviously, you've still got slightly interesting enemies to defeat. Now that here, it's not just empty and full of just normal enemies. I should not be using an MP5 for this. Jeez Louise, man. What a mess. That was atrocious. So yeah, expect behemoths where you would normally find the Titans. And like I said, you've now got 12 new missions to do on this island as well, so it's, I guess, kind of, it's not really more story, but it's still fun stuff to do. So we've got Destroy Behemoth and Chemical Refinery. It's basically just destroying behemoths, killing certain wolves, killing people. They're kind of like faction missions, but there's a lot of them. And you see some of the rewards here, like that Walker vest, things like that. There used to be rewards that you could only, and that pilot helmet, I guess, used to be rewards that you could only get for doing the actual raid itself. Now you can unlock them through this. Very nice to see. I'm so happy with this update. I think it's amazing. It's arguably better than some of the DLCs that they brought out, or at least updates from the past, I should say. Oh, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but there's actually no requirement of level that you need to actually come to this island anymore. There used to be a requirement that you had to be. I think it was like level 150, something like that. I'm not sure, but now you can just come here alone and just explore it how you want. Like I said, because the enemies here adapt to your level. No, Mr. Goat, suck me or die. Well, he's dead anyway, but still, the threat was there. Now, getting into the actual gameplay stuff, before we do that, weapons now, if you remember in Ghost Recon Wildlands, you could actually clean and renew the paint on your guns, but you can now do that in this, which I like that. I don't know why they took it out, or at least forgot to put it into this game, but as you use your weapon over time, it will get dirty and messed up. You can renew the paint if you want, and make it look all fresh. Or you can, you know, have it looking dirty. I guess it's up to you. And then another really cool thing that I think good job for adding is they've actually changed the item wheel now. So you can have there's two new slots for items, so you can carry a lot more stuff. But there's also this extra slot of bullets. You can now throw bullets to lure in enemies. It's sort of like a little whistle kind of thing you maybe see in The Last of Us, something like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And it goes along with the new stealth updates that they've done in this game. They've added so much. I feel like I've been talking for so long in this game, but they've literally added so much. So if you're now stealthing around, you actually get more damage to enemies. I guess it will only really matter if you're taking on drones, things like that. But if you are a stealthy player, you do get rewarded for that now. But like I said, here you go. You've got this extra large item wheel now. So it means I can carry my strike designator. I've got my class throwable or usable item. I can carry all my syringes. I can carry mines, I can carry explosives, I can carry six-shot grenades. You can basically customize all of it, apart from this one, that never moves, and this one obviously because that is to do with your class, and the bandages will always be there too. But this. You now got 6 options of stuff to carry. So, hallelujah. If you remember as well with the throwables, once you threw it, you couldn't do much, but now you can pick that back up. You never used to be able to pick it back up, which was a bit annoying if you accidentally misplaced it or pressed the button at the wrong time, put it down, and maybe it was your last one. Now you can pick them up and reuse them, which is all gravy. I think it's just one of those updates where you're kind of happy with everything because it makes just the quality of life within the game that much better. I didn't mean to kill him. Oops. Or at least explode him. I meant to kill him, I just didn't want him to blow up. Oh my days. He ducked at the perfect time, didn't he? Come on, man. Come on. Someone's going to sneak up behind me, I can just tell. Nope. Beautiful. Not sure who threw that. I see you. Oh, can't hit him though. I've got more to talk about, but I'm getting sieged now. But this is probably a good time to talk about another of the new features. So enemies now actually reload. Crazily enough, before this update, they didn't actually reload. They could just keep shooting you forever. And it did get a bit annoying because you could just get pinned down and that was you done for, you know? There was no chance that you could get... Whoa! They're still hard. As I was saying, yeah, enemies now reload, so it actually gives you a chance to take people on. If you're under siege a little bit, they will actually have to stop and reload after a certain amount of time, which does give you a bit more of an advantage, I guess, or a fair advantage, I'd say. It's not an unfair advantage, because it's very fair while you're fighting enemies off. They've also increased the realism of stealth, let's say, so enemies won't just spot you because you're nearby them. They have to actually spot you now, like visibly, you will see them spotting you, that kind of thing. Which I like. There were a lot of times in the past where I'd be spotted and it just didn't make sense why I was spotted. They'd maybe just turn around even if I was making no noise, that kind of thing. So they've updated that, they've changed that, and that's really, really nice to hear. It also takes them a bit longer to communicate to their mates that they've been spotted, or that they've spotted you, for example. Which means they won't exactly, when you kill one person and then maybe he spots you, everyone else in the camp used to be alerted immediately. Which made no sense, because how would they know, you know? Even if they did see the dead body, it doesn't mean everyone else saw the dead body. Now, as long as you kill people in time, that won't happen. It's a lot more realistic. Again, so happy to have that. And just along with that as well, the enemy mortar used to be able to, you know, as soon as you got spotted, the enemy mortar would know exactly where you are and pinpoint an exact mortar strike on your location at that time, which again, a little bit unrealistic. Oh, you spotted me, didn't you? But you couldn't tell your friends in time. Yeah, we do. But yeah, so the mortar's not as aggressive anymore, or at least it's probably still aggressive, it's just not as unfair. Oh! God! Why would you be hiding around that? I've died twice in this, and I'm just trying to explain stuff and make it look cool at the same time, and it's not working, and I'm very sad. I also haven't played this in a while, so just, you know, give me a break. And then other than that, to do with AI changes that they've done, our drones' flight patterns are actually better now, like, or not better, but easier to deal with. If you remember the Murmur drones, they used to just and it was next to impossible to hit them, I guess, unless you had aim assist on. Even though they've added aim assist, they've now also made the drones a little bit easier to kill, so don't expect them to be as obnoxious to hit anymore. Again, something I complained about quite a bit. That's still impossible. That's still very, very hard. Don't think it's easy. But then again, I am on extreme mode. Right, you see that? Normally, you had to normally get it within like a millisecond to kill after he spots you. And then, you know, you're safe. That was a good second or so. Which normally would have got every single person in the camp after me. Lovely to see that. And again... beautiful. Let's go for this. What happens? See, I feel like he would have heard that normally as well, but he didn't. It was far enough away from him. He didn't notice what happened. It was stealthy, and now he's dead too. I think he just heard my suppressed shots though, so that's going to be interesting. Let me just show you this bullet thing as well. I didn't show you this. So you can now just throw these. They make a really cute dink sound. Heh. See, it's got actually like a drop path too. You see, it's got a little bouncy path, so you can bounce it off things if you want to. Just makes things a bit more interesting. Oh, he heard that. We're good. There's so many new. It all works together so well. They've really thought really good. It really thought really. I haven't thought about my adjectives, but they've thought very hard into it. You can tell, or at least taken advice from certain people like me. From my videos, maybe. I don't know. I'm still saying this is all thanks to me. You're welcome. I'm joking. Chill. I'm so happy with it. And I cannot wait to get into it myself. Get back to free roaming, enjoying this game, checking out all the new weapons, doing all the new missions, finding all the new customization options. Everything. It's going to be so much fun. They've, in some words, breathed new light into this game for me. And I was already enjoying it myself, so... I guess maybe if you didn't give this game a chance, maybe you were waiting for it to get really good. Now's your chance to give it a go, I think. Oh, and you can cook grenades. Not sure if I cooked that then, but they all have bouncy. They've actually upgraded the way grenades go. You see they actually bounce now? They used to just land in the exact spot, but you can hear it bouncing around. Hold on, look, see, everything's got that sort of drop pattern now. I'm going to get shredded again. I don't want to die for a third time. I died for a third time. That's how you cook it. You see that? So I equip it. I'm just holding it normally. And then I press to shoot. As in press to shoot my gun. It pops the thing. Oh, and there's a little clicker. And boom. So if you get the cooking perfectly right, then I guess the enemies won't see it in time. And it'll land by their feet. And pop them off into hell. Delightful. Uh-oh. Oh no. No, I don't want to be fighting this. Well, I'm fighting it now, aren't we? Get me to safety! I'm not dying for a fourth time. But I will say, I mean, you guys know I'm good at this game when I want to be. It's because I'm reading off my notes while trying to play this, because I want this to be a cool live experience video of me talking about stuff. But I see why people voice over now. It makes so much more sense to voice over gameplay. But I wanted it to be live, interesting, and fun. Turns out I'm incapable of that without dying a lot. Oh my days. Then just the last things I want to talk about. If you are actually interested in the raid, they've updated it so that there are these new level systems of it. So there's a new hardcore version. Apparently for the most daring players. You've got a gear level requirement of 150, a heart system, which means you have 4 hearts that replenish over time, allowing you to respawn or revive your teammates. You can have game modifiers, with 3 game modifiers are applied weekly from a pool, friendly fire, realistic reloads, or no generation. There's going to be boss fights, which are more difficult, with the shorter ability cooldowns and more enemies in each wave. The enemy level will be higher than the regular version, because obviously it's a hardcore mode. And there are 9 exclusive rewards to earn through the bosses while doing that hardcore version of the raid. Then you've got an easy version, which the gear level requirement stays at 150 again, but enemies are now visible on the map, the cooldown to respawn is shorter, there are no second phases with the boss fights in the easy version, which I guess makes things easier, and the enemy level will be lower than the regular version. But I don't think I'll be playing the raid, to be honest. I tried it, I enjoyed it a little bit, but it just wasn't quite my cup of tea. Still, fun, and I guess it's nice to see, for those of you that really do enjoy doing the raids, you can have fun with that. All in all though guys, this update sounds absolutely incredible. Like I said, expect videos of this coming very, very soon. This won't be the sort of only game I do play on my channel though, just so you're aware, those of you that do enjoy watching me play this, please know that I will be posting some other games as well, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because I really do enjoy that, to be honest. After I did make a video talking about it, I was very honestly brutal about it, but I was pleasantly surprised when I started playing it, so I will be doing that on the channel. But don't worry, everything that's new, every new piece of clothing, every new weapon, everything that I've done in the past with my free roam stuff and shown off, all the new bits we'll be doing as well. Like all the new weapons that I haven't already done, and all the weapons that were added maybe with this DLC, or at least now accessible through this DLC, we'll be checking out in future videos. So expect lots more Ghost Recon Breakpoint on the channel, and obviously better than this video, because like I said, this video I was trying to talk, read off my notes, and play the game at the same time to demonstrate the new mechanics. Either way, I think this game is going to be pretty much the best it has ever... Well, no, it is going to be better than it's ever been, by a long way. So many improvements, so many welcome improvements, and, well, I can't wait to see what you guys see, really, because I'm really enjoying it. I didn't mean to say see, I meant think, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully it helped. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and stick around for new content. There's going to be plenty on this game, I'll tell you right now. Bye-bye. Nice.